Hello, I am your ESL guru girl. We are going to first set up a Canvas sandbox. You go courses, all courses, and you click add a course. I'm going to call this my WIDA sandbox. Just scroll down and then update my course details, otherwise it doesn't really work. Under navigation, I want to make sure that my modules are right up at the top so they're easy for me to get to. The other thing I'm going to be using today are quizzes and assignments. And then you do have to click save at the bottom here. And then also I'm going to publish this site, and that's going to allow me to be able to view it as a student. Okay, so once you have that all set up, you just need to click on modules, and then we'll add a new module. And I'm going to just come right over here from the title page and copy that 6 through 8 DRC Sample Problems. I'll probably replace DRC with WIDA just because students are more familiar with that language. Add that module. I'm going to publish it. I'm going to start adding my first assignment. So here in the table of contents, we are going to add reading tier B, buying a gift. It says to create a new quiz worth 3 points. So let's get started with that. Add a quiz, create a quiz, and yes, new quiz. What are we gonna name this? So nice, I have all the names right there. You're just gonna paste it over. Add that. You have to click on it in order to edit. And we're gonna make it worth how many points? 3, but you never do who it's assigned to. You don't do any due dates. This makes it so that this quiz can be copied over and used anytime in history. Once you start adding due dates, you are limited to only be able to use that quiz during those due dates that you put in there. So we're going to go ahead and build, and there's a spot here to add instructions. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy those and click paste. Create 3 multiple choice questions with options A, B, C, and D. Click done on this, and we'll click add right here. You want multiple choice, not multiple answer. And you have to always add a question stem. You don't put anything in that top box. Just for the sake of appeasing Canvas, I put a period. So this first answer option is A, the second answer option is B, then C, and then D. And then I have to tell it the correct answer. This is number 1, the correct answer is B. So I'm just going to click on that B right there. It's worth 1 point, and click done. Now I can just duplicate that. I just have to put the correct answer. The correct answer is A. And then I'll click done, and I will duplicate it. And the last one is C. Click done. You're not gonna shuffle. Don't allow multiple attempts because they wouldn't get that on the WIDA. And then I configure the quiz as below so they can see which ones they got wrong, but it doesn't give them the correct answer. Click on settings at the top. Here I'm going to flick on the hide the results option. I want to show the questions. I want to show student responses, and I want to indicate responses as correct or incorrect. And that's all I'm going to click. Then you just click return. Just click on that little dot right there. It will publish it for you. Let's get to our next thing. I'm going to go back to the table of contents. The next thing I want to do with you is I wanted to do writing tier A, making a decision. Writing and speaking are set up pretty much the same. So here we go. Create a text entry assignment. I'm going to add an assignment, create assignment. Here's the name. I'm just going to copy that over. Okay, and add that item. It says worth 6 points. Click there, edit, add 6 points. I do have to make it a text entry assignment. And you do that right here with the submission type. You click online text entry. Now, when you go to do the speaking setup, it'll be the same. It says that it wants you to do a media recording assignment. So you'll come to submission type, you'll click online, and instead of text entry, you'll put media recording. And that's going to give the student a microphone and the ability to record their speaking response. And then you'll get to listen to it too. The only thing I don't have in here are the instructions. And it says right here that I can paste those instructions in. That looks pretty great. And it's got the hyperlink in there. It says that I could insert a copy of this rubric if I wanted to. I did give you a copy of the rubric. You could download that, and then you would just insert image and upload the image. Click Save and Publish. After they've done their submissions, you're going to use these samples to grade their work. So you'll open up the speed grader. You'll notice that there is a sample response for each level. It makes grading so easy. Your grading will be very consistent with the students. What's better is that they're going to self-assess. Let's go back to modules and let's go ahead and start adding the next feature, which is scoring. This is for the students. It says to create a text entry assignment worth 4 points. So we're going to create an assignment and pop in the name in there that I just copied. Click edit, copy this information and paste it into the instructions. Then it says to make it worth 4 points and it wants a text entry. So for submission type, I go online, text entry, click save and publish. So now that we have that all set up, I want to show you what this is going to look like as students, but I always want to check first to make sure that everything is published. Yes, it is. One of the things that I highly recommend is clicking those buttons right here and clicking edit and adding requirements. So the student must move through the requirements in sequential order, and it's not that I want them to view it, I want them to submit it. And you'll just keep adding requirements. It does the next one, making a decision. I want them to submit it, and then the next requirement, submit. So this makes it so that the student is forced to submit their writing response before they're able to look at those samples I shared with you. Now that that's all set up, I'm going to view this as a student just to show you how that looks. From the student's view, they only have access to the first item in the module. We're going to open that up. And it says to right click to open the WIDA practice problems in a new window. Now you'll have to train your students that a right click on a mouse pad is a 2-finger tap, and it gives them that option to open the link in a new window. You want them to split their windows because of the fact that they're going to be reading the directions over here. So they need to click grades 6 through 8, reading, and buying a gift. This makes it really easy so that they can figure out where they're going. And then it says click begin to complete your quiz below. Okay, so they're gonna have to answer the question over here because otherwise the little blue arrow at the top won't be activated. And then they're also going to answer the question in the Canvas quiz. So I think the first one is A. Let's go to the next and go C. Next. And I click there. We're gonna click submit. Let's see how this looks first. So I got the first one wrong, the second one wrong. Oh dear. Now that I know that these are incorrect, it would be wise of me to go back and try to check my work and see what I missed. I might even work with a partner and see if we can figure it out together. So we're gonna go back into the modules after the quiz, and you'll notice it gives me a check mark. Now we're gonna do the writing, grades 6 through 8, writing and making a decision.
Making a decision.
You're gonna write your response. I'll say, I don't believe Mila made the best choice. I submit that. I'm gonna click next. And now it says to open up the scoring rubric and sample answered. I've got to go click previous so I can get back to my sample that I submitted. Does it fully answer the prompt? Did I use connectors found in levels 4, 5, and 6? Let's see which one of these samples this matches best. I was kind of vague, so I think I'd probably give myself a 3. So I'm gonna go next and I'm gonna type in a 3. That's my self-assessment. And if I'm an ELD 2 student, maybe that was great. But if I'm an ELD 3 or 4 student, definitely 3 is not acceptable, right? The students can clearly see what they miss and what is expected, and they can go back and they can do it again. I wish you the best on your WIDA, and I hope that you have a ton of students that pass, and I hope that you have students that earn the seal of biliteracy this year. As ESL teachers, that makes everything we do worthwhile to see them have those successes.